Hey, what's going on, everyone? Astrology Eric Rosen here for Viking Rising Astrology. Welcome to this horoscope that I'm going to give you some detailed steps, boundaries to really pay attention to for this dark moon in Capricorn that's happening today, Monday, January 27th. We're not going to have this wild, just out of this world, innovative new moon in Aquarius until tomorrow. And so we really want to pay attention to what's going on today. But first, as always, a couple shameless plugs. If you want to get that ebook that I did for you depicting what's going on in your natal chart, looking up your own placements and seeing the interpretation of what they mean from an astrologer that's been doing this professionally since 2018. And the insight that I give with that cosmic quantum insight that I have. So if you want to get that, you can click on that link down below. Of course, as always, if you want to get an astrology reading, that's the creme de la creme, where we go deep into what's really needed for you to shift onto probably your highest timeline going forward. I know you can probably feel the uncertainty in the air. Maybe there's a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety. You know something's coming this year. There's lots happening on the outside and in the world, and this is just the beginning. Dun, dun, dun. But in all honesty, it's breakthrough moments for those that are wanting to lead and be way showers, and it's going to be a beautiful thing for stepping into more, I'd say, even purpose legacy work. This is really setting the stage for where we're going with this big Pluto and Aquarius transit that, it's 20-year transit, and those other outer planets that are going to be shifting this year, they're joining the party, big shift in the collective consciousness. So if you want to find out where you fit in, where do your plans fit in, personally, professionally, click on that link down below. So let's talk about this dark moon in Capricorn, shall we? So basics, dark moon in Capricorn, the emotions are offline a bit, right? The moon represents our more personal, intuitive sense of things. And so it's like that intuition that's just easily accessible. It's right there for comfort, to kind of help keep you safe, secure, especially Capricorn making decisions. We can't see it because with the new moon energy, the moon is so close to the sun, you just can't see it. It's not visible. So there's this symbolism of this consciousness of being really careful about the decisions that you're making. And when it's that dark moon around 10 p.m. Central Time last night, so basically anything from now until this new moon that won't be official until tomorrow, which I'll give the time for that, here, once I have it in the next video, because I didn't look that up. But it's one of those things where making longer term strategic decisions, professional plans, deals with people, I would wait. If it were me, I would wait. It's more of a release thing of what's the heavy weight of the stuff historically from your track record that you just don't need to come into your life anymore. I mean, this is a dark moon going through most of Capricorn, where we have Pluto for the last 16 plus years, and it's a release. It's a shedding. It's a deeper shedding than I think what we realize. And it might be uncomfortable to let go of these things that have governed our reality and how we like to initiate our plans and the things that we want to do and the way that we show up publicly, and just your work, your career, and just even how you're dedicated to a sense of purpose. It's what needs to go. It's shedding the dead weight. It's the boat's too heavy, or I'm not going to say throwing parts out of a car to make it go faster, because I think with this Mars retrograde in Cancer, that's going to be opposing this dark moon. And then of course the aspects that it's going to make over to all the Pisces energy, it's it is a slowdown, it is a flow, where I think we don't need to pack some sense of fear with ourselves by making decisions that get us overly excited and overly stimulated before this new moon that's going to make aspects to Jupiter and even Venus in a minor way in Pisces, that we're letting the old densities go instead. It's a release period. It's not about a moving forward thing. It's definitely a good time for just boundaries. Don't take on the stuff that is not the basic stuff. I would be using this to stick to those basics, just what logically and even intuitively just makes sense to get done. That's actually something that's more preparing for this big shift that's coming with this new moon. And You might have to reach further for that intuition, like connecting with your spirit guides, asking for help from them. It's like relying on all the Pisces energy, that North Node, Saturn, Neptune, even the Mars retrograde in Cancer, to get that more intuitive, slow down feeling that may not just be easily accessible and understood. That way we're not rushing, we're not going into places of fear, because it's better to just do the basics, don't make these long-term decisions, take it easy, because we're going to be going into warp speed when this new moon flows into these next couple of days. And so, you know, I would pay really close attention to this and just what's going on in your life. Maybe you've had insights that have been coming in, you know, the past few days on some plans and some things that you want to do. And so this is not about like backtracking, because, you know, be like a hoarding energy, you know, well, let me just stay busy and keep doing these things. And it's like, well, you're missing out on all this beautiful feminine energy that can come in and recharge. That's why Mars doesn't like to be in Cancer. It's masculine. It's like, I don't want to lay in mom's lap. I don't want to lay in, you know, the divine feminine's, you know, good domestic graces, and just like take care of things and wants to charge forward and, you know, maybe get a little charged with the emotions, when it's like, it's more subtle, it's more soothing and internal pieces of things. But of course we still live in this physical reality where things, you know, have to get done, and it's not all about the hoopla and the excitement of what's going on in the greater world and humanity, and just, you know, getting exciting, having conversations with people. If anything, I think that's kind of a waste of time. I hate to say it, because you're kind of, sorry, but you're kind of late to the party. It's like, let's talk about this stuff, but like, let's talk about what we're doing with it. You know, like, what are we doing to shift and step into, you know, I'm going to just say, shifting out of chaos to clarity, which, speaking of which, part of the reason I wanted to do today's video too is because it's been a few days. I'm not really feeling the popping in every day daily horoscope thing. Just feels draining for me, not congruent. What does feel congruent though is popping in once a week on the scheduled new thing that I'm going to be doing on Wednesdays, called Celestial Conversations from Chaos to Clarity. And so it's going to be all about, you know, how do we find peace and harmony amid the chaos? How do we rise above the chaos? How do we select the higher frequency to actually take practical, gradual, transformational steps to innovate your life? You know, I'm the astrologer that's going to help you with structures and understanding of the things that you can actually do, and actually, like, okay, he gave the big picture story, the astrologer gave it, but what the hell do I do with it? And so that's what it's going to be about. So you got some of that today for this dark moon in Capricorn. Take it to the bank. I'll pull a quick card and I'll be on my way. You'll be on your way. And check out those links down below if you want to connect deeper. And watch out for those weekly Wednesdays that are coming, Celestial Conversations from Chaos to Clarity. Of course, I'll be posting those on YouTube, here, everywhere else. So dark moon, well, Nine of Pentacles, but it was reversed. So let you see it. This is a Tarot of the Nile tarot deck. So this is where we get a little too, you know, hasty with our, I'd say especially prosperous situations, you know, all the physical things, the projects, the career stuff. We got to slow down today. It feels like it's especially like financially related. I know it seems like there's just a lot of buzz with people around stability, you know, money, finance situations. And the nice thing about Pluto and Aquarius is it does level the playing field a bit, where, you know, anybody can all of a sudden out of nowhere get wealthy, and there's all these opportunities for cryptocurrencies and just other forms of investments. Not a financial advisor, of course. But I don't think this is the time to make those longer term investments and decisions. I think this is more so about, you know, something that actually, as Uranus is going to be stationed retrograde right as this new moon is happening, it's basically stopped right now, and then it goes direct literally the day after this new moon. Since Uranus came here in 2018, I'm like, there's no certainty when it comes to the physical reality of things. It's the monkey wrench, it's the curveball of all the things that you think you can depend on. even currency. There's more whispers again about, this has been going on for years, but more so about what is going to happen with currency and money. And so when that shifted, it was like, oh, well, the greatest investment that you can make is in yourself, period. Because with this astrology that's coming, Saturn, Neptune at 0 degrees of Aries, Uranus moving into Gemini, it's about your own little world that you're creating and initiating. And so it's like investing in the mastery and the tools within yourself to be a creator, know how to connect with people and conversate. It's going to be way more about who's in your field, who do you have access to that you can pick up the phone to, and they're excited to connect with you, and they know that you're showing up as a boss, a king, a queen that knows actually how to initiate and create things from not just a spiritual place of just like, again, just the talking spiritual, but actually being the true leader and true way shower that's actually like, it's not so much about a scoreboard because the competition stuff is over now with Pluto and Aquarius, but even though people will still play those weird keeping up with the Joneses things as part of this old hybrid, reality to like fuel their motivation to keep up with others, but it's really made more about what are you actually creating spiritually and doing for other people. So, I think this card is speaking to a lot with this astrology and everything that's coming, this dark moon. It's Capricorn. It's all about your public image and just how people see you and stuff like that. So, let your achievements be guided by light, by spirit, because the things that you're being asked to do, and I talk about this with a lot of other channelers and mystics, it's like, we all agree. It's like, once I talk to you, it's like, wow. The things you're being asked to do may not always make sense, but I promise you it will make sense for coming around the bend of the mountain, so to speak, on what it looks like on the other side. And that next turn is actually right here, coming around that Capricorn mountain to see the beautiful horizon of the future timeline that we can all go to and actually very subtly create our own world with where our thoughts and our energy is going. So I'll get to more of that for that new moon. I said it was Tuesday. I think it might actually be Wednesday. I'll put it in the description section because I was looking at a chart. It looked like it said that it was Tuesday, but I could have swore it was Wednesday. So I'll confirm that. But of course, either way, I'll be back Wednesday talking about that new moon in Aquarius and that Uranus going direct that knows it's headed for Gemini. These are big shifts coming. This is the videos, the channel that you want to check out if you want to actually be in the know of what to do about it. All right, take care.